Welcome back to part 2 of my Palm Date Jelly video. If you haven't subscribed, how about hitting the subscription button now? Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and click on the notification. I hope you enjoyed the conclusion of this video, and I appreciate your watching. Stay tuned. Hey again, this is Wednesday, and I am going to complete my Palm Date Jelly. Yesterday, I processed the dates and I took up the juice. I strained it once and I put it in this container and stored it overnight in the refrigerator. I am going to use a double recipe in the Sure Gel box, and the recipe that I'm going by is for the plum jelly because this is very similar to plum jelly. It called for 11 cups of juice to double the recipe. It's 11 cups of juice and 13 cups of sugar. I've already added 2 packages of Sure Gel to my juice. And so now I'm going to put this on the stove and bring it to a rolling boil. And then I will add the sugar to it. So let me put this over and let it start cooking. You can see I had 12 pounds of dates, and this is how much juice I have left over. Now that's with doing a double batch. It's going to yield 18 cups of jelly with doing a double recipe. And so this morning, when I got up and was out on my porch having my coffee and feeding my little dogs, I looked out underneath my palm tree. All over the patio was more palm dates. And I'm the kind of person I hate for anything to go to waste. I've worked myself to death putting up stuff, and it's just insane. But anyway, that's just how I am. And so I went out and I gathered the dates because they make a mess, for one thing. If you don't pick them up, they will decay, they sour, and it makes a mess. All the others that were inside where my palm tree's at, I'm just letting those decay because they're in dirt. But now these were out on the patio and I didn't want to do that. And I'm just going to show you what I gathered. I don't know what the weight of these are. I haven't weighed them yet. But I will wash these and I will cook them and process the juice and put it in the freezer. And then later, at some point in time, should something happen and I don't have palm dates, or should I be ill and not able to gather them, I will already have the juice and I can take that out and make jelly. But anyway, that being said, there is more now out there on the patio. So that pod has almost dropped all of them, and when it gets through dropping, I won't bother with picking up any more after that one completes dropping. I'll pick those up because they're falling on the patio, but the others will fall inside where the tree is, and I'm just going to let those go. But anyway, I am having to take baby steps. All of this surgery has took the wind out of my sails. I don't have a lot of energy, so I have to do just a little bit, and then I pass it to another day. So that's why it's taken me this long to make this jelly. Under normal circumstances, I would have this done just, in probably a couple of hours. Well, give time for the palm dates to cool so that I could squeeze them good. But the actual whole process that I have to do would take me maybe 2-3 hours at the most. But anyway, okay, I may use this juice. I may make more jelly. It's just going to depend on how much this yields out. I've got my jars ready here. I have 13 cups of sugar ready to go in. And so now I have to bring this to a boil and let it boil completely, stirring it constantly. Then I will add the sugar to it and let it boil for 1 minute. Need to keep stirring this while it's coming to a boil. And I'm going to bring my camera over so that you can see what's happening. When this comes to a full rolling boil, I will add the sugar to it And then I'll bring it back to a full rolling boil and boil it for exactly 1 minute, stirring it constantly. And then I'm going to remove it from the heat, skim off the foam, and then I'll ladle it into my jar. You don't want to use any less sugar than what the recipe calls for, because if you do, your jelly will not set. So make sure, even though it sounds like an awful lot of sugar, and it is a lot of sugar, but you have to have it in order for the jelly to set like it's supposed to. Okay, it's starting to come to a full rolling boil that I can't stir down. So now I'm going to add my sugar to this. And I'm going to bring this back to a boil and let it boil for 1 minute. And then I'll ladle it up into my jars. Okay, it is starting to boil. So when it comes to a full rolling boil, I'm going to set my timer for 1 minute. It has to come to a boil that you cannot stir down. A full rolling boil. And it is getting there now. So, okay, I'm going to turn my timer on for 1 minute. You have to keep stirring this. I may have to slide it off a little bit. I don't want it to boil over. Okay, that's 1 minute. So I'm going to set it off the heat, and I will skim the foam that's on top. Okay, that's pretty good. So now I'm going to start ladling it up into my jars. Okay. You need to fill your jar to about 1/4 of an inch from the rim. That's a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch away. It's more like 1/2 an inch, but it'll be okay, I think. I may add some more to it. It's really pretty, and it's really yummy. Of course, I realize everybody may not have palm trees that produce palm dates. You sure don't want to spill this on you, because it would burn you really badly. It is super, super hot. One of the issues that I have been having since I had my surgery is my back hurting me so much. The oncologist told me yesterday for me to start doing some stretching exercises that would help it. It just doesn't take hardly anything, and it really goes to hurting. And another issue that I have is the letrozole tablets that I have to take, which is the estrogen receptor, to help keep my estrogen level low so that cancer doesn't reoccur. Makes me so hot. I'm just burning up right now. It's not hot flashes. They said that was one of the symptoms, is hot flashes, and I told her, I said, it's not hot flashes. I've had hot flashes before, but this is not hot flashes. I said, I just be so hot I can't hardly stand it. If I do the least little thing, I get hot. But, you know, I should be ashamed to even complain about anything. Shame on me. I would like to ask you all to please pray for a young lady that she's like family. My sister was married to her uncle and had 4 boys with him. So Becky is really like a family member, and she has breast cancer. And I think I said yesterday I was old enough to be her mother, or she's young enough to be my child. And she's having surgery tomorrow. So please pray for her. Her name is Becky Wilson Lane, and she's had a really rough go of it. So I should be ashamed to complain about having a aching back. I think this is going to be the last jar. I'm going to get rid of my ladle and just pour it out of the pot. Well, I don't think it's going to hold all of that. Let me... I will pour the little bit of extra that's left into a little dish, and in the morning I shall make me some toast and have some fresh jelly on it. I'm going to take a little bit out of this jar because it was a little bit too full. Okay. All right. I'm going to pour this into my little bowl here. And in the morning, I will have toast and jelly. There's still some in there. Let me get that out. Okay, that should be good. Let me taste of this. Let's see how good this is. Oh my word, that is so good, y'all. Ooh, 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 good, good, good. Okay, now I have to wipe the rims of my jars, get any jelly that's on the rim off. What is it, Pepper? Pepper's down here kind of grunting at me. She lays right where I'm at all the time. The other two can go and lay where it's a little more comfortable, but not her, buddy. She's going to be right underneath you. Pepper's my little grand dog that started living with me. And she is a precious little dog. Okay, now I've heated my lids, and so I will just pop that on. The purpose in heating your lids is to, oh shoot, that's always great when you do that kind of thing. But the purpose in heating your lids is to soften that rubber ring that's in it. which will help your lid to seal better. What is it, Pepper? Are you talking to the people? Huh? Come on. They stick together and that's so aggravating. They get a suction. Ooh, hot. Okay, one more. And then you want to put your rings on. Oh, it may help if I put a lid on that one, hadn't it? You ever heard those saying 1 eye and half cents? That's me these days. Okay, and then when you get this done, you're going to come back and really tighten your rings down. You want them really tight. So I use 2 rags for that, one to hold the hot jar and one to turn it with. My rags are worn out and I just keep using them because, you know, it's like a pair of jeans when they get worn out, how comfortable they are. Well, it's kind of the same way with these rags. But I'm going to have to discard them. I make these, I crochet these, and I need to make me some more because I think this was my last one. Okay, that's good and tight. Okay, so now they will seal, they will start popping and seal, and that completes my jelly making. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. If you have palm trees nearby with palm dates on it, give it a try. It's really great jelly. Thank you all so much for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, how about subscribing and give me a thumbs up. Click the notification bell, and until the next time, this is B-Boss saying may the Lord bless and keep you and your family safe, and I hope to see you really soon. You take care. Bye.